Imagine you're a cop, and you get a call about a traffic violation. You arrive at the scene and find out the suspect is your own child. How would you react? That's what happened to these officers who faced the ultimate dilemma. Case number 1. The first case is an interesting one where the lady thought she could play out the cops, but she failed badly. It was December 28, 2022. A white car slammed into a traffic light and took off. The car left a clue behind, a piece of its bumper. The cops tracked it down at a gas station, but they couldn't believe their eyes when they saw the driver. It was Teresa, the deputy's daughter.
Come back from Applebee's?
Yeah, I had a drink.
Okay. How old are you?
21.
You're 21?
Yeah.
665, we're supposed to play this out now.
My dad is,
We're gonna do it while. So we get
Sean Lee.
Who was that?
Sean Lee.
Sean Lee? Okay.
Teresa tried to play the daddy card. She said her dad was a cop and he would vouch for her. But the cop wasn't fooled. He checked her car and saw the damage. He matched the bumper to the one at the scene. Teresa made up a story. She said she hit a deer in Pennsylvania where she went to college. She said she smoked weed sometimes. The cop knew she was lying. The cop kept grilling Teresa. He had witnesses and evidence. He asked her if she was scared and drunk when she hit the pole. He asked her if she was texting. Teresa finally cracked and admitted it. She kept insisting to call her dad. So the police officer called her dad and told him the situation.
So what's up? So what she's saying, like, and where the damage was and everything, just doesn't really make too much sense. So tried to get some more information out of her, but figures I don't know what's so out here tonight.
What's that?
You know, somebody. Inzarella? No.
No, not tonight.
Tonight.
Her dad arrived at the scene within a few minutes. He was shocked. At first, he tried to protect his daughter, but when he realized that the situation had gotten out of hand, he did what a senior cop would do. Yes, he asked the cops about their supervisor. The cops sensed what was cooking. They requested John Lee to stay out of it and cooperate.
Obviously, you're here. Please do not get involved. You are on. Who's that? I know. I'm just letting you know. Just please don't get involved. Okay?
The cop made Teresa get out of the car and do some tests. She failed all of them. She was drunk. The cop arrested her for DUI, reckless driving, and leaving the scene of an accident. He cuffed her and put her in his car. Teresa sobbed and said sorry to her dad.
Where's my dad?
Oh, your dad's right over here.
I see him.
Okay. Sure. So we have your cell phone. Do you need anything else from inside the car? Anything else in there?
Her dad watched as his daughter was taken away. He couldn't help her. He had to let her face the music. Teresa was taken to the police station where they tested her blood alcohol level. It came back as 0.17%, more than twice the legal limit. She was clearly drunk when she hit the pole and drove away. Teresa was in big trouble. She was issued a court summons for driving under the influence, reckless driving, and failure to report an accident. She had to answer for her crimes in front of a judge. Case number 2. At least John Lee was polite enough to cooperate. In our second case, the police officer risked his job. Officer Covid finds himself in a difficult position, torn between his duty as a cop and his personal feelings towards his daughter Caitlin's relationship. The situation takes a dark turn when his emotions lead him to abuse his authority with criminal intent. Tracking Caitlin's movements like a classic stalker, he confronts her boyfriend, Mackay Colwin, in an illegal traffic stop. "You can get out. You're going to jail. Get out," Officer Covid commands Mackay without a valid reason, indicating a willingness to make up charges on the spot. As the tension rises, Mackay rightfully questions the basis for the arrest, to which Covid chillingly responds, "We'll make it up as we go."
You can get out. You're going to jail. Get out. Have a seat in my car. We'll make shit up as we go.
In the police car, Officer Covid is rude and makes things worse by asking nosy questions and saying scary things. Mackay is in trouble, and Covid might do something bad with his power. The situation changes when Officer Covid sees a blue Jeep with a gun and says it's Caitlin's. The fight gets stronger as Caitlin's friends come out of the car, and Covid yells at them. The friend's mom, Gloria Morales, comes and tries to calm things down.
I tell you to get out of the car? Did I tell you to get out of the car?
On a road that goes 12. Sales advising a white female in a blue jeep, running with a gun. She's in a Ford Focus. She also called in, said she's right there, so she did show them. She has a 1015 permit.
Your dad know my daughter's in your house?
COVID asks Morales where Caitlin is and says she is hiding his daughter. The situation gets worse as COVID says he will punish Morales if she is lying. COVID gets angry and says Morales is making trouble and uses his power wrongly. When Morales says she will not help him and wants to call 911, the situation gets scary. Officer COVID, who hates Caitlin, tries to take her friend away and makes up lies and makes the fight bigger.
I don't know. So if I check and you're lying to me, you're going to jail.
You could check, and I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I don't know why you I don't have to lie.
Well, I was told she was here.
Officer COVID sees Caitlin hiding in Coleman's car while he is talking. He runs to the car, opens the door, and tells her to come out. Caitlin is terrified as she sees her father approaching the car. She knows he is not here to help her, but to take her away. She tries to stand up for herself, telling him that he has no authority over her as she is over 18. But Officer COVID is furious with his daughter, who has defied him and run away. He demands that she get back in the car and threatens to take her friend too. He doesn't care about the law. He only cares about his revenge.
I didn't even see you. Get out of the car. Get in my car. Go ahead, you guys are good. Ma'am, they could go with you. Get in my car.
In the ensuing footage, Officer COVID physically pushes Caitlin into the back of his car, her screams filling the air. She asserts her legal age, but her father remains unmoved. "I have a video. I was with her all day," she pleads, attempting to defend herself. The anguish intensifies as Officer COVID disregards boundaries and kidnaps his own daughter, brushing aside pleas from Coleman.
Why are you pushing me? Why are you pushing me? Why are you doing this? Turn on your camera, guys!
Desperation fills the air as Coleman tries to intervene, questioning why Caitlin is being taken away. Officer COVID fabricates a reason, claiming it's for a mental checkup at the hospital. The distressing scene unfolds against the backdrop of a broken family dynamic. Later, justice catches up with Officer COVID as Internal Affairs fires him for breaching department standards.
He was served justice later when the Internal Affairs of the police department fired him for breaking the department's standards of conduct.
Case number 3. Last but not least, we have the case of an arrogant daughter, Simone. She was furious about losing her job for vaping at her desk. She blamed a former coworker for ratting her out and decided to harass her with dozens of emails. She also bragged about her mom being a powerful prosecutor who could sue anyone who crossed her. But when the cops showed up at her door, she realized she was in big trouble.
I'll show you what they said about my mom.
The body cam footage captured the tense confrontation between Simone and the officers. They asked her about the emails and warned her to stay away from her ex-coworker's house. But Simone was defiant and dismissive, claiming she only wanted an apology and that her mom would back her up.
Yeah, so the only thing I wanted from my former employee was an apology for mistreating me, and I didn't get that.
Can you elaborate on how?
And my mother... Officer. Dude, you could Google my mom. She sued the state of New Jersey for discriminating against her. This woman who called you, she's a single mom, she's an immigrant, and she doesn't know any better.
She said, "You can Google my mom. She sued the state of New Jersey for discrimination. This woman who called you, she's a single mom, she's an immigrant, and she doesn't know any better." The officers were not impressed by Simone's attitude. They noticed that she seemed intoxicated and asked her if she had been drinking. Simone initially denied it, but then admitted to having 2 double clubs. They asked her to step out of the car and perform some sobriety tests.
All right, how many drinks did you have?
2?
2 what?
Double vodka club.
Simone was uncooperative and argumentative throughout the tests. She stumbled, swayed, and slurred her words. She also threw tantrums and accused the officers of being unfair. The officers had enough evidence to arrest her for driving while intoxicated. They handcuffed her and put her in the back of the patrol car.
Put your hands behind your back. You're placed under arrest for driving while intoxicated. Put your hands behind your back.
Sir.
Put your hands behind your back.
What did I do?
You failed the test. Put your hands behind your back.
I failed it?
Yes. Put your hands behind your back for me. All right. Unfortunately, you failed all 3 tests.
Simone was shocked and outraged. The officers told her that she was going to jail and that her mom would not be able to help her this time. Simone started crying and begging for mercy. But it was too late. She had to face the consequences of her actions. Which of the mentioned cases made you feel pity for the cop? Let us know in the comments section.